Hello, welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. First of all, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a, you know, retweet because I'm putting this on several different platforms. Share it, like it, share it, post it on Facebook, and check out other videos I have on the channel. Go over a lot of different stuff, things that are, in the news. I've got, entire month of Black History content that I did, and I intend to keep that going. Like every Black History Month, like next Black History Month, I intend to be able to just do it every day. I had some technical issues this past time, but yeah, so I've got tons of content on that. And today I just want to do a little quick brief. I recently did an episode on socialism, and so I'm going to kind of do a little recap. Not so much a recap, just just an overview, because you've got these socialists and democratic socialists or social democrats. I'll get into that at a later time, and it seems like boom, that's the way to go. You got a lot of people that are poor, that are suffering, that are trying to make ends meet, that are struggling, and this seems like a great idea. Let's get them government provided healthcare. Let's get them government provided housing. Let's get them government provided jobs. This sounds great. There's several problems with this, but one of the things I really want to talk about today is the fact that if it's all coming from the government, you're putting yourself in a very dangerous position. And I speak from personal experience because I've dealt with the government, and I'm going to be dealing with the government very soon. The government has a habit of doing whatever it wants to do, especially when it has the power to do so. So already government's got guns, and you'll see them. You see issues where cops are shooting people, and unjustified. But it's, for some reason, people aren't making a connection between cop. It's not just accidental. It's because there are politicians that don't want you to make that connection between cops and government as a whole. Because cops aren't doing this in a vacuum. Cops aren't doing this alone. They're not doing this without the blessings of prosecutors and judges or legislators, people who are making the laws that give them the power and the authority to stop people to have these interactions, are behind the scenes, are also responsible for all of these shootings of unarmed people, or these unjustified shootings of people who may have a weapon but who don't present an immediate threat. All of these things don't exist in a vacuum, and they're not solely the fault of just the cop. You've got like I said, you've got the politicians, these legislators, you've got these prosecutors and judges that are all part of this. But the point is, when government has so much power, it does whatever it wants to do, and it's accountable to nobody. And so, what's this have to do with socialism? Here's why. Because if you want to stand up to government, like right now, I guess the best case, one of the really interesting case was Cliven Bundy and his people. They had guns. They managed to have the government back down. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, but if that was, black people or minorities, that wouldn't happen. But if you take a look at the Black Panthers, that in itself created fear in the powers that be. The government actually realized, okay, this is a problem. That's why they started enacting a whole bunch of gun control, because you had people like the Panthers who were lawfully conducting open carry, and it created a balance, and it gave leverage to the people against the government. The problem is, if government is providing your food, if you're dependent upon the government for your food, for your housing, for your health care, for your job, how can you ever oppose it? How much leverage do they now have over every aspect of your life? And how dangerous is it for you to speak out against the government, against specific government officials? Because now if you need them to be able to survive, to be able to go live the next day, to be able to take care of your family. They can control every aspect of our lives. They will be able to to blackmail, extort people to get us to go along with whatever, if we are completely and wholly dependent upon them to provide all these things for us. That's why my solution isn't ignoring poor people. It's making sure people have the power to provide all these things for ourselves so that we're not dependent on anybody. Because I've experienced it. I've experienced it and am experiencing it firsthand, what the government does when it is powerful and you are powerless. It says, screw the rules. We'll do whatever you want to. You're nobody. You can't stop us. And this is a situation I don't want other people to be in. I want other people to have the power to be able to stand up to government, to not have to need government, and not to have to be dependent upon somebody else for their survival. So that's why I'm talking about doing things that involve educating people, not just your standard education of teaching you to work for somebody else, but teaching you how to make money for yourself, how to own what's yours, how to start businesses, run businesses, and how to actually achieve wealth. And most importantly, it's financial independence. Because through financial dependence, you have people in power that can control us and make us do whatever they want us to do, because we need them to survive. Like, if they are able to cut off the food supply, if they're able to fire you because you're not following the program, if they're able to kick you out your house because you spoke up against somebody, some government official, that's a dangerous place to be in. So, in fact, I don't just say this to people that already agree with me. I'm telling the people that have these ideas, that are advocating for, democratic socialism. I'm saying, please think about this. And if you think that I'm wrong, I want to have this open discussion and discourse so that we can find better solutions for the people that are out here just living paycheck to paycheck, and that we take into consideration corruption, because government is corrupt, and we see this day in and day out. And the answer, I know, I've seen it, I've experienced it, I am experiencing. The answer cannot be to give government more power over us and make us less powerful and just existing solely at the whim of others. Thank you for checking this episode out. Like I said, if you're watching this on a different platform, go to my YouTube channel, Escaping the Echo Chamber. Like, share, retweet, share it on Facebook. Thank you a lot, and I will see you next episode.